Welcome back as we take a look on today's stage of the Dauphiné Libre. But before we go back to the action there, it's been a busy time in the United States too for both men and women's cycling. The month of June always is a busy time. Let's catch up now with the women's race of part of the CSC Invitational. It took place at Arlington, Virginia. 50 laps of a 1 kilometre circuit, Paul. This is a criterium rider's delight.
It certainly is. It's a completely flat course, and I tell you what, the most important part of the course, I have to say, I think, is the corners. But the women kept it pretty much together in the early part of the stage. However, halfway through the race, they started to see a moving forward.
Yes, with plenty of corners to crack up the long line of the peloton. In the end, two women got clear of the field. Laura Van Gilder, a two-time winner, and she rides here for Cheerwine team. And also with her was Rebecca Larson of the Orange Corporate Furnishing team. Once they got clear and settled in, the teams were blocking behind. They moved clear of the field. She's 32 years of age now, Laura Van Gilder. She has won this race twice before. On the way, she's won 100 races in the USA, and she was second in line when the sprint started. But I think, Paul, Rebecca Larson went a little bit too soon.
A little bit too soon. It's an awful long way from the final corner, but you have to judge your sprint to perfection, and you can see she did just that, coming right out of the slipstream to get herself the win.
So, looking at the replay here, she timed it to perfection. Laura Van Gilder becoming indeed the first three-time winner of the series as she wins ahead of Rebecca Larson and Sarah Uhl. Let's talk with her.
We came out here and we really wanted a victory, and we didn't know quite sure how we were going to go about it, but I do like a breakaway on this course, and I'm sure Rebecca Larson was aware of that, so we just made it hard from the get-go. It was a little longer than I anticipated, but my team did a good job back behind me, and to get another podium spot is just awesome.
So, following the women were the men, and some big riders here from the Pro Tour team CSC also looking to continue their winning ways, especially with JJ Haido, who's taking time out of Europe, where he struck 5 times already this year, to come back and try and win in the men's CSC Invitational.
They were backing everything on to their man getting across the line in first place, and CSC used an awful lot of energy to keep the main field together. But of course, let's not forget former winners of this race, Ivan Dominguez and Mark McCormack, were also trying to look for a win.
Well, there was plenty of action here, but the men tried to keep it together. There was a long breakaway by Victor Ripinski, who almost lapped the field, but it didn't work out that way. And once he was swept up, it was down to a field sprint, and all eyes were watching for JJ Haido and his enormous finishing punch. But it wasn't to be. A surprise was on the way, because a former champion of criteriums as a junior and elite, it was Bahati who got the biggest win of his career, getting in there just ahead of Ivan Stefic. And JJ Haido, by the way, he was shut out of it. He only crossed the line in 6th place. Hilton Clark of Australia was 3rd.
Besides winning nationals, this is the biggest win I've ever had. So I'm excited, man.